Hello, radiant woman. You. Hi. So I just returned from visiting England and Ireland. So this was a family trip, but quietly, I was on a personal mission to connect with my ancestral heritage. Because a few months back, I went and got the DNA test. I didn't have an agenda. I just felt called to really see what my blood had to say. And I was surprised to find out that I am equal parts English and Irish with a tiny bit of German and French sprinkled in. And as soon as I found this out, I had a deep yearning to visit my ancestral homelands. So the timing of this trip could not have been more perfect, as it really gave me a lot of space to integrate the powerful, massive transformation that I experienced during the first rounds of the Heroine's Journey program that just happened to end just a few days before we left for the trip across the pond. So you might be thinking, I thought you were leading the Heroine's Journey. Well, that is correct. Indeed, I was, but I was also taking the journey just ahead of the women I was guiding, right? You got to taste the soup before you serve it. So I took myself through the modules, I did the exercises, I experienced the guided meditations, and I was having breakthrough after breakthrough. And I wasn't expecting that. Of course, I was expecting massive transformation for the women that I was guiding, but I wasn't expecting the breakthroughs that I was having for myself. And by the end, I swear to you, I felt reborn. I still do. I feel brand new in so many ways. And so going on to spend this time in England and Ireland was such a powerful integration of all the transformation I went through. And it was also like this beautiful homecoming, because I felt like my ancestors were receiving me with so much love and gratitude for the deep work that I've been doing. So, because honestly, when you heal yourself, you are doing the work of your bloodline, of your ancestors. So you are taking on what, whatever, you're taking on so much more than you realize when you get born into this world, right? And your ancestors are so grateful for you taking on the work that they were unable to when they were in the body. So of course they were welcoming me home, and I especially felt it in the woods of Ireland. I felt like the trees and the earth were just hugging me and holding me and keeping me safe and just filling me with so much love and nurturing. Yeah, ancestry is not something I was thinking about when I first started my healing journey, not at all. In fact, I would have rather not have brought them to mind in any way, because what I knew about the the things of the past and my mother's line and my father's line, I just felt like, let's just keep that in the past. But here's the thing, we carry our ancestors with us, which means there's no shaking them, So might as well face it, right? Because we are made of the stuff our ancestors were made of, right? And so many of our unconscious patterning comes from them, right? That there's so many gifts that we inherit from our ancestors, so many, but also a lot of the shame and the wounding that that we experience is stuff that we're carrying from those who came before us. And what we do with that shame is that we kind of recreate a life around that, and so we kind of claim it as our own, when really a lot of it is inherited, passed on, not just directly from our parents and how we were raised, but also we carry wounds from our ancestors in our DNA, right? So if we don't address it, we just keep on repeating the patterns in our own lives. And if we have kids, we pass it on down. I've seen this so often in the women that I work with. We're not only healing the wounds from this lifetime, but also clearing unconscious thought patterns and beliefs that have been passed on for generations, Yeah, so why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you this? Well, I would like to share something I haven't fully shared before. So, about 9 years ago, I had a huge wake up call in my life. I found out that my daughter was struggling with addiction, and I was devastated. I blamed myself. I blamed the alcoholism in my family. And yeah, it was a rock bottom for me. It was a huge wake up call. And I did everything I could think of to help her, but nothing I was doing was helping. Nothing I was doing was helping. And she didn't want me controlling her, right? She was an adult. So I did the only thing that I could do. I went to work on healing myself. And that may sound backwards, but bear with me. My daughter's well-being became the motivation for me to heal myself, because I could see that she was carrying the weight of my ancestors, and I was determined to change that. Yeah. So what I couldn't see was that I also was carrying the weight of my ancestors. Yeah. And I noticed that as I let go of trying to control her and focused on healing myself, she began to heal. And that's when it became so apparent to me that my fear and my worry were actually only contributing to the weight that she was carrying. So once I recognized that I was part of the problem, I was determined to be a lighthouse for her and not just another weight for her to bear, right? So I focused on my own healing. And I was surprised to see the impact that that had. Yeah. And it wasn't just with my daughter that I noticed shifts. I began to see transformation happening throughout my entire family. Most certainly, I experienced healing in my relationships with family members that I would never have expected to see. But also, just a few months ago, my own mother came up to me out of the blue and let me know that she believed that the healing work that I was doing on myself was healing her. And you may not know my mother, but trust me, this was shocking to hear come out of her mouth. And profound. Yeah. So why am I sharing all of this with you? Well, it's because I believe that each one of us has the capacity to have a profound impact on the world just through healing our own healing our own inner world. Yeah, our own wounds that we carry. So the work we do on ourselves, it impacts everyone around us. I've seen it. There's a ripple effect, and it extends beyond what our minds can even grasp. Everything we do, everything that we think, everything that we say has an impact on our lives and the world around us. So I'm telling you this to let you know how much you matter. You matter. What you do matters. Your life matters. And I'm telling you this to inspire you to take that next step on your path, whatever it is, whatever has been knocking at your door or nagging you from the deep down. Take that step, because what you do matters. No matter what it is that your soul is calling you to do it. Do it for the world. Do it for your own lineage. So throughout my time in Ireland, I received multiple signs affirming my path, that my path is aligned with my soul's mission, which is to empower women to fall deeply in love with themselves and their lives. Why? Because I believe when women awaken, the world benefits. So I had no idea what the heroine's journey had in store for me. I am forever changed, as I believe the women who went through the program with me are as well. And I can hardly wait to see what's coming next. I definitely have some exciting offers that are in the works, and some for you locals, for some in-person events. So stay tuned and keep on blossoming. Blessed be.